Yeah. Got my nigga Jayz in this bitch. Midwest UGK, nigga. You already know. Yeah. I said my hands on this money. I'm caught up in this lifestyle. This 100-round drummy. It'll knock a nigga right down. My dope on my scale. It be knocking watch lights out. My spot do be booming. I'm caught up in this lifestyle. My hands on this money. I'm caught up in this lifestyle.
Just like that, we right back. It's time for that Culture for the Streets, man. First and foremost, I do want to say, as far as the industry go, I feel like we got to protect the females a little bit better than we have been throughout the history. We've been seeing so much happen with all these women, and there's so many women coming out. We got Jaguar Wright speaking out. So long ago, it seemed to have got brushed off, and all of a sudden Cassie speaks out, and it seems like what Jaguar spoke on so long ago came back to be like the voice of today in so many ways, because now we seeing a lot of stuff that she said start to be exposed. Now what I want to know is, do y'all think by Jaguar Wright exposing Diddy, exposing Clive Davis, exposing all these people in the industry, figureheads, do y'all think that put her in danger?
That's something to think about. She's shaking some big trees. You feel me? And
against the music mogul, vowing to reveal the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. She claimed to have had a conversation with an entertainment lawyer who had worked with Bad Boy around 2003, and what she heard was downright disturbing. According to the lawyer's account, Diddy had a meeting with singer and actor Christopher Williams about a potential demo deal. Now, here's where things take a wild turn. Allegedly, when the attorney walked into Diddy's office seeking approval for some paperwork, she stumbled upon a sight she never expected to see: Christopher Williams performing fellatio on Puff himself. Hold on, it gets even crazier. Jaguar claims that the lawyer wasn't initially fazed by the surprising encounter until Diddy brought it up the next day. Yes, you heard that right. He allegedly had the audacity to ask her if she planned to spill the beans and threatened to destroy her life if she did. She also accused him of
Somebody got to speak up, cuz.
Somebody got to come forward and let it be known it's a whole lot of wickedness going on, and it's time to draw the line. You feel me?
It's most definitely.
And basically, you know, Jaguar Wright, at first a lot of people was looking at her differently because you know, when she was saying it, they was like, oh man, shout it overreacting. She went ahead and said that, you know, everybody want to point the finger at Diddy, like Diddy is the worst, but really Jay-Z is more worse than Diddy.
And I ain't gonna even let him, and that's her perspective, but it's gonna be hard for me to just say, well, Hove is this monster like that. Now I'm not gonna say Hove didn't partake in the same types of things they was doing, which was messing with young women,
right,
when it was too young.
For sure.
I'm not gonna say he didn't partake in that, allegedly.
But everything is entertainment purposes.
I don't think he was this
predator.
Yeah, I don't think he was that, because had he been, it would be people that would be coming out speaking over against Jay-Z, no matter what his status is today, because they understand they could get a bag up out of that. You see what I'm saying?
But see, this the thing. How Jaguar Wright coming, she's saying that she understands that a lot of people can't answer. I mean, they can't speak out, but she's willing to advocate for everybody that can't say nothing. You did?
But
the beans and threatened to destroy her life if she did. She also accused him of exploiting his power to coerce men into degrading acts, using them as pawns to prove his dominance. And she's not just stopping there, folks. Oh no. She went on to claim that Diddy tried to chase the lawyer and even Wendy Williams out of New York. And just when you thought it couldn't get any more bizarre, Jaguar dropped a bombshell. She likened Diddy to a punk and made a shocking comparison to Epstein, accusing him of flying young children on his private jets to locations around the world for the purpose of sexual harassment. In a 2017 interview on The Breakfast Club radio show in New York City, the superstar rapper made some controversial remarks about female employees that he inevitably had to backpedal on. When asked about the lack of women signed to his hip-hop record label, Maybach Music Group, Ross's response was nothing short of eyebrow-raising. Brace yourselves, folks, because here's the cleaned-up version of what he said. I never did it because I always thought like I would end up having sex with a female rapper and messing the business up. Wait, what? Did he just imply that he couldn't control himself around female talent?
And standing on what they preaching about. For people to be inspired by that and want to poke their chest out too, drop their sack and stand up with them front line. You see what I'm saying? To be inspired by the voice that's inspiring them. You know what I'm saying? And that's what these women. Jaguar Wright was like the start of that.
Right.
Then we see all this happen with Diddy, and then Cassie speaks up. Cassie had the courage to say, you know what? I'm no longer in a situation where I need to be scared of this man. I need to be able to get this traumatic experience out of my mind and be able to share it properly so other women can understand that we can't live in fear and caged up because we feel like these men will do this to us, or these men close the doors our opportunities on us. You see what I'm saying? That's what I mean at the beginning of the show about we need to protect the women and the kids way more than we are in the industry. You see what I'm saying? Look how long ago this has been going on. People was taking their kids to R. Kelly. People was giving their daughters permission to take flights to R. Kelly.
And Jayz too.
And Jayz too. So if they was doing that to these two, what makes you think they wasn't doing it for Diddy?
For sure.
And anybody else that got that type of money, because at the end of the day, we do got some people that live off greed. That's why when we hear these, listen, I posted something on the channel about Jaguar Wright exposing a lot of stuff. And it kind of threw me for a loop to see a lot of the comments. Now, I'm going to say it was like 50-50 because 50% of the comments, they supporting her speaking out and exposing certain things about the industry. But the other 50% like, well, why she didn't say nothing then? Nigga, at that particular time, why y'all think she didn't say nothing? Because she was just as scared as Cassie, just as scared as Aaliyah, just as scared as all these other females that was going through the same thing. They was scared, bruh.
We talking about men with power.
With power. That was also, these niggas was Ike Turners too.
Fact.
Some, I ain't gonna say all of them, but we talking about Diddy right now. The image they painting of Diddy, sending people to do stuff to Kid Cudi car, dangling Wallow, allegedly dangling Wale off of
over
a
the
balcony,
balcony,
which I don't just see that happening like that, because I don't just see Wale as the type of nigga that you just go, he just gonna let you grab him.
But see, let me stop you. Like, no homo, cuz, but Diddy been in the gym, bro. He ain't the same small puny Diddy.
Man,
there's no cap. Like, seriously, Diddy ain't.
Why he ain't get that off on J. Cole? J. Cole, yeah.
Allegedly, he slapped J. Cole.
Yeah, but they said he got took down after that too.
Oh, see, I didn't get that part of the story.
Yeah,
I'm listening to you.
Go do some digging, cuz it ain't.
I'm listening to you.
That's why right now, while we hearing what happened to Wale and Kid Cudi, we ain't hearing shit about what happened to J. Cole, because it was some extra stuff that came with touching J. Cole.
See, I've heard more than that. Like, according to Mark Curry and Kevin Taylor, they said it's nobody in New York history done did more things in the industry streetwise as Puffy. You feel me?
Think about what he's saying and understand what he's trying to say.
I
The
mean,
way he said it, he making Puff look like Puff was preem. I gotta disregard that, because at the end of the day, what put Puff in the situation and put Puff in the mix was the fact that Puff had money to make niggas move a certain type of way. He physically wasn't gangster. And another
no,
thing about these things, he was getting into these altercations with other artists and people in the label and stuff like that. Think about it, bruh. We talking about Diddy. This nigga don't go nowhere without security. So we talking about at a time like that, he probably had 3 or 4 niggas that was like Gene Deal with him at all times. So if he walk up to you and slap you, you ain't only got to deal with Diddy. If he slap you, you probably gonna have to deal with these 3, 4 other niggas that ain't gonna just let you chastise Diddy.
yeah, because we gotta keep in mind now, Diddy moving right when he come outside.
Exactly. So you can't look at niggas like they was just letting this nigga smack
For
because they
sure.
was
I
scared.
understand that.
You gotta understand, just like Suge coming down with 100 Crips and Bloods with him, and
He
they
moving
all
right.
ready to go. And you think when he slap you and you with 3, 4 niggas, y'all gonna go. Man, you
See,
gonna go on ahead. That's that's
okay.
what you gonna do.
See, I'm finna give you this scenario. What they said, Gene Deal and Mark Curry said they had a club back in the G in Atlanta. You feel me? And they said allegedly this how it went down when Suge walked up in there. They said, God bless the dead. They said Mark Curry said he was working the front door as front security. And he said on Jermaine Dupri birthday, it was his birthday weekend, said Big Jake peeked in and seen Jermaine Dupri and Diddy in there partying. And that's when he came in there and slapped Jermaine Dupri allegedly. Jermaine Dupri ran out the club. It turned into a brawl because it was death row cats in there that made everybody else scat like roaches. You feel me? And then the process of this going on now, they said the club owner told Big J, P. Diddy, and somebody else to go upstairs in the room and lock down and hit like they was in jail. Say they went in there and hit like men. And when he opened the door, Big Suge had his arm around Puffy, like, they was bloody and did their thing. But in the process of it all, when Suge came outside talking to Diddy in front of the limo, that allegedly Big Wolf came around and spent on Jake, which is the president of Death Row. God bless the dead. Everything we saying is entertainment
I
purposes.
can't, once again, rest in peace, Wolf. Rest in
For
peace,
sure.
Jake. I can't give Diddy these street medallions for them acts. That's Wolf stepping.
I agree.
Wolf not stepping if Diddy not cutting that security check. You see what I'm saying?
I
So at the
agree.
end of the day, you could be Chris Brown, but you got the money to pay the steppers.
Right.
That don't make you gangster. You
You
see what I'm
just
saying? So the way he said it and the way people taking it, I feel like he enhanced it a little bit by the way he worded it, because he know, just like I know, Diddy really not no gangster. You catch Diddy by himself, his chest not sticking out like that. Like I said, he probably blew down on these niggas. Like, listen to what they said. He sent some dudes at Kid Cudi.
right.
He sent. Then you hear Jamie Foxx come out earlier this year and say some things. What happened? He ended up in the hospital. They saying health issues. But then you got other people saying that Diddy sent some niggas over there
bruh.
and they put him down and that's not him being a gangster. He just got gangsters around him willing to do something for some money.
What I can say allegedly, what else they said he did, the dude named Shakur, who was talking to Kim Porter, God bless the dead, Kim Porter and Shakur, back in the days, they said that Diddy went down there to his hotel, beat him brutally. And we already know, like you said, because when he come, he moving right.
Security, man. He
moving right. He not
nigga,
coming.
Like, let's just be honest, nigga.
He not coming
Diddy
one deep.
By himself couldn't even intimidate Lil Bow Wow.
Yeah, he not coming one deep. He not coming one deep. We know that. We talking about a whole boss. He know better. Somebody gonna pap him out. You feel me? And we know that.
See what I'm saying? So I can't give him the gangster card when it's real East Coast.
No,
New York,
they just
real life. All 5-6 borough is niggas from them boroughs that you really got to get them titles like that to.
But
I can't let no nigga that I don't know nothing about besides being on We Ain't Going Nowhere remix.
But dig this now.
Try to get Diddy this super gangster card.
But check the move. This same dude in Atlanta that he put pause on allegedly, all of a sudden he commit suicide. You feel me? Now I'm not laughing at the dead, but I'm just saying, you know, we already know in Hollywood, like they say, they manipulate and traumatize. That's how they gain control. You feel me? So this ain't nothing new what we saying. But back like we were saying now, okay, Diddy, when Wendy Williams tried to expose Diddy back in the G, I want to say 2013, y'all can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but 2013, she tried to air out Diddy and say something about his gay secrets. And all of a sudden, she gets a call, and no, the people at the station gets a call, and I want to say they removed her from the radio station to Philadelphia, allegedly. I don't know where they moved her, but they said she was gone. But in the process, they was beefing, I want to say at least 20 years before they settled down. But when the smoke was up, allegedly, Diddy sent his female group Total down there to the radio station, and they said they was standing outside. They caught a cab out there, and they was standing on the side of the radio station waiting on her to come out. So she was scared as a dog. You feel me? But in the process, she tweeted, she was like, she still don't wish nothing bad on Diddy, because in the end, they did an interview and they settled things. But we can see, like, Diddy ain't no saint in the game. You feel me?
And he'll use other people out of desperation. We seen him do it for protection on the West Coast with Keefy D.
Right.
Look at Gene Deal. Gene Deal know everything about Diddy from playing security.
Yeah. He can take you way back and talk about when he was at Uptown Records, how back when Heavy D, he wanted to speak out. He wanted to come out with a book. All of a sudden, he passed away.
I think the only people that he had over there that he didn't play with like that is probably Big. And I feel like that because Big had a movement already. He had the Junior Mafia thing. they got their little crew popping already, and a lot of the niggas that was in Junior Mafia really had reputation outside. So that's where I feel like that came from with Diddy, where he didn't try to play with Big like that.
See, I mean, I'm looking at it like I'm listening to everybody perspective. Like, God bless the dead, God bless the dead. Even DMX, he said that Diddy wanted to own Big catalog, and if he can't have access to your masters when you are alive, then that's when he go with his move. He said that allegedly Diddy wants to monopolize on your masters, your publishing, and he wants to SA you. You feel me? He said everybody they be ready. They back then they was ready to go over there, but in the end they get to looking miserable. And he was like, back when he wanted to go to Diddy at first, but Diddy didn't pay him no attention because he seen that X had his own mind and he was gonna do what he was gonna do. But once he heard about the deal that Def Jam DMX said, like Diddy told him like already heard about how his artist is going through all these different changes. He was like, just let me drop my music. I'm not finna be letting you SA me to get to the top. That's what X was saying. And now it makes sense because ever since Cassie said something about this ST lawsuit, everybody ready to speak because it's ST. You feel me? That's the name of the lawsuit. It was called ST. It wasn't no SA. It wasn't no SR.
But he got some SA allegations in there though.
Right, for sure.
And I'm pretty sure one of his allegations with her might have been that too, because he was saying her.
Right, for sure. So it's like, okay, Jaguar Wright. She wants to say Jay-Z is worse than Diddy and wants to go back and be like, okay. She said Jay-Z is more smart than Diddy and R. Kelly because he knew how to move, but he's been out there in the opening for years with the acts that he's been pulling back in the 90s because they was like Tierra Marie. She was hot as fish grease, but she was getting passed around from allegedly L.A. Reid to Jay-Z to some of everybody done had her. But they said when she was hot as fish grease at the time, and a big showcase went on, and Rihanna was at the showcase also, they said allegedly Jay-Z and Beyonce told the people to give Aaliyah, I mean not Aaliyah, but give Rihanna the alley hoop. And once they gave Rihanna the alley hoop, of course, you know, they basically blackballed her. It was over with for her. And then they say Carrie Hilson, the same thing with her. Once things got crazy,
it's probably more than just them too,
for sure.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But one thing about when they get to speaking on Jay-Z with the situation, like I said earlier, I don't believe Jay-Z was
ST
or SA. I don't think he did either. You see what I'm saying? I just think he dabbled in messing with younger females when he wasn't supposed to.
Right.
And we kind of saw that, but you know how when you see it's
like you said, because it's like a domino effect, because we can go back when Jay-Z and Dame Dash was talking to Aaliyah. God bless the dead. You feel me? We knew that's where that came from, where the smoke came from between them two. It wasn't behind no label, man. It was behind Lil Shawty.
It definitely was, and when you
Allegedly
go
they
back and look at certain things now, you see everything. Like going back and you looking at the age ain't nothing but a number CD cover.
right.
And you see R. Kelly lined up on his wall, but he's looking at her
Mm-hmm.
like, what's she doing?
Size and shout up.
You see what I'm saying? Like when you go back and start looking at all these things, you see it differently now that all these things then came out. Even like with Diddy, we just imagine Diddy to be a certain type of way. Because even in the streets of the culture of hip hop, the streets don't look at Diddy like he no gangster.
Right. Right.
They look at Diddy like the nigga, you saw the nigga dancing all in the videos.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of them.
But just think about it. This dude Diddy is a dog, bro. Because let's just keep it a band. He threw Shine up under the bus because he didn't want to go to prison back then. So he made sure bro got deported and went to prison just to save Bad Boy. You feel me?
It wasn't even.
He wasn't no saint, cuz he was supposed to
It
go to
wasn't even
prison
to
too.
save Bad Boy. It was to save itself.
But I could take correction. You right.
Cause I don't even think he was trying to save J-Lo, nigga. He was trying to save himself, nigga.
For sure. He was gonna lose it all. And in the end, that's why he apologized to Shine and told Shine, like, in the end, I had to do what I had to do. These folks were trying to whoop the whoop and whoop the whoop, and I was gonna lose this. But in the end, you know, we older, and I'm pretty sure in the process of him telling Shine this message, he slid him a bag of money.
But you knew prior to y'all walking in that club, you got your girl with you, you got Shine with you, he got the pipe with you. You know what's going on, nigga.
That's a fact.
You know what's going on. And at the end of the day, you would have wanted him to pop his pepper than to leave you stepped on by the steppers. And that's what he did. And you belt on him, nigga. So at the end of the day, you don't even follow through with the play. The same play you call, you can't, like, bruh, come on, man.
You got to realize, bruh, what you did, even though you're not trying to be classified as a street guy, you did some real flaw stuff for bruh to go to prison. You feel me? And for him to get treated the way he did when that album was excellent. It went platinum. You feel me? And the crazy thing about it, you know what you was doing because you held these people publishing for 30 years, dog. Craig Mack died. He didn't get his. Black Rob, God bless the dead. He didn't get his. I don't know who all, but it's a lot of people. You feel me?
All of them got it at the same time.
Yeah. And everybody that tried to come out with a tell-all book from Heavy D, Kim Porter, Albie Sure tried to come out with a documentary. All of a sudden, he get through in the hospital. He's scared to say a couple of words, but he gonna tweet little subliminal stuff and say, like, don't be fooled by the love songs. It's all evil. Everybody know it don't take no rocket scientist to figure out you scared of the boogeyman. You know where that came from, and you know if you would have dropped that documentary.
Y'all don't find it funny that every time somebody say something and kind of expose something about Diddy, whether it's purposely or accidentally, something happened to him.
Right.
You don't find that funny though?
Of course, because let's just keep in mind, we gonna go back to Jaguar Wright. Jaguar Wright said that Diddy was groomed by Clive Davis. You know what I mean? For everybody don't know who Clive Davis is, that's one of them big elite names like Leor Cohen. Like he's
Now,
up
now,
there.
now, it's hard for me to imagine Diddy being groomed by this old dude. Now, what I can say is, like, for instance, Hassan Campbell. What he been through, let's just say Diddy went through something like that with Clive. No, he wasn't out there robbing and doing all of that. Let's just say Clive Davis made him do a little some strange for a little piece of change.
For sure.
And in return, down the line, that stuck with Diddy so much that he started to become that same way. But at the same time, when you be in SA, when you essaying these females you dealing with, is that you dealing with the anger from what you was going through?
Listen. Let me take the wheel on this. Let me take the wheel on this, cuz. Okay. We're gonna go back to Uptown Records. Now they said back when Uptown Records was going on and Diddy got kicked out the whip, he went all over the place trying to find somewhere to take Bad Boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He goes to Clive Davis. Clive Davis funded Bad Boy Records. You feel me? Now, Clive Davis got a couple allegations on him, far as with Whitney Houston and what's her name? Aaliyah. No, Aaliyah or TLC or whatever. Okay, whatever the case may be. Now they said Clive Davis came forward in 2013 and told everybody in the industry that he's bisexual, allegedly, and he slept with a lot of men in the industry. So it makes you question if he funded Bad Boy Records, what did he had to do for him to behind it? It's just a question mark right there. It just make you think.
It's crazy, man. The whole situation is crazy because I don't feel like this the end of it. I feel like what's going on. We seen R. Kelly get away with it for so long.
Right?
Diddy got away with this type of manner for just as long.
Right?
Now the walls caving in on him. Who next? Because other people being implicated, other people being exposed in the process of all of this happening. So you got to ask yourself, is they going to keep targeting these celebrities and these people of power and they just go down about it, lose their money, lose everything while they continue to see people that was with them contributing to the cause and partaking in some of these activities right along with them, turn the other cheek, act like they don't know them no more, cut their relationships off with them, knowing that they just as guilty for doing the same things? Because if you sit there and watch somebody do it, you just as guilty.
Yeah, man. But yeah, like I was saying, bro, that's what Jaguar Wright was saying, that she thinks the grooming came from Clive, bro, because he gave Diddy the sauce. You know what I mean? How to manipulate and control the industry. You feel me? Yeah. And just by him just coming out publicly saying that he slept with a lot of men, all through the industry in 2013, it just make you wonder what a lot of legends from back then that was successful, what they had to do to get to the top of the food chain. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was enforced back then. Like DMX said in the interview. And this how I know X a real one. And this how I know he ain't put no cut on everything that he said, because he was like, bruh, let me make my music. That's all I want to do. I'm not finna give all these dudes no head to get to the top. I ain't with all that, bro.
But think about it. How many people came out and just out of nowhere, for no reason at all, got extra rich and didn't put nowhere close to the same amount of work in as other people did to get to that type of point and beat them. You see what I'm saying? So it be making sense to me though.
The man, listen, bro. Diddy is so much of a mastermind, bro. Because Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright, everybody been exposed and said like it's so many people pay millions of dollars to come to Diddy freak off parties. You feel me? And they
Where it don't be no women at.
yeah. It's not like it's
It
on
don't
a
be no
whole
women, just all male celebrities.
right. And Gene Deal, by him working security, saying like dudes like Ja Rule came out the room allegedly with his shirt off. Uh, 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 all these different dudes
No,
like
no, 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 no.
what?
He said them niggas came out with their birthday suits on.
See what I'm saying? Saying like guys like Usher, Chris Brown, you know what I mean? All these dudes done came to these parties, and this what Gene Deal said. He was like, and see people thinking that the alcohol is spike. He was like, no, the alcohol is not spike. The juice is spike, because some of the people that come to the party don't drink alcohol. They just drinking straight juice, not knowing that they turned up off a controlled substance. You feel me? So when Rick Ross saying put Molly on us, all in the champagne, she didn't even know it. He learned that from the industry. You feel me?
Sure,
Somebody
man.
put him up on game. This just my
Or he
opinion.
just knew
I,
something that
I,
we just
I
didn't
feel
know.
I feel like this my opinion. I feel like he is cool with a real big dog that done gave him the sauce on what he does at his parties. You feel me? I feel like somebody actually told him, like, yeah, man, all them bras was blase squaze. We had to clean out there. You know what I mean? Because they said that, you know, according to celebrities, you feel me? They said that you gonna see more clean in Hollywood than the streets. You gonna see mountains of clean on the table. Hell, you had Scott Storch, he had to go to rehab. You had Cisco had to go to rehab. All these
A lot
dudes,
of them
yeah, you know, they was
won't know for real because they don't get publicized as much as you would think. Because a lot of them want to keep that part of their life private when they going through that type of stuff.
yeah, but they was rich junkies. And um and then you got, oh man, you even got bras coming to Tasha K, all kind of bras coming. Shout out to Tasha K because she keep a lot of content. You got a lot of bras that's coming to her saying, especially the freak off bras that was for the streets. They speaking on all of the celebrities that was snorting off they breasts and all of this. You know what I mean? it's at the end of the day, I put it like this, man. Like I said, we can't really go too far with the age stuff like that, especially because if we go that far, like I gotta say, like my grandparents, bro. My grandmother, she married my granddad when he was a teenager, and his parents didn't like her. But guess what? They was together. You feel me? She was in her 30s, he was in his teens. But that's just how it was back in them days. You feel me? So we can't act like that type of behavior wasn't going on way back before we was born.
Because it was.
Yeah, yes, it was accepted. It was accepted. Let's keep it a band. Cause we would, back in them times, a lot of men, they was going by the morals of a man gotta take care of a woman. They was gonna take care of their woman whether
No
they
matter
went to
what.
work. Facts.
All they had to do is be the homebody, take care of the house.
Exactly.
I'm gonna bring the bread home.
Yeah. Even if he was cheating with a woman around the corner, guess what?
And that was the structure of every household back in them times.
Yeah. Even if he was cheating around the corner, guess what? The woman that's in the house, she know, but she wasn't sensitive to go up tell everybody in the neighborhood what her husband doing, like women today. You feel me? I feel like, not to get off subject, but back then, when our grandparents knew our grandfathers was cheating and everything, they was more stiff because they wasn't going to the people next door crying on their shoulder, telling their business about what they husband doing, or telling they family, calling on the phone, telling what they husband doing. They took it to the grave.
They stood the test of time.
Mm-hmm. I feel like they took a lot of what they went through to the grave. I feel like they was more stiff. What you think?
They did. They definitely was.
Yeah,
They definitely was.
Yeah, it was a different ball game back then, but we can't judge them because that's how it was during them times. You feel me? Love
You
is
just
love.
gotta understand at the end of the day, past to present.
Right.
These same things was going on back then.
Facts.
Now, granted, like how Paint put it, how his people was. Now you gotta understand, he talking about the relationship. He ain't talking about it was ST going on,
Right.
SA
SA,
going on.
yeah.
This was a relationship that turned into marriage.
Right.
Through a
Right.
lifetime.
Through thick and
We
thin.
talking about industry moguls, executives, artists, label runners that's using their status to sell younger women dreams to be able to take advantage of these women. This is something totally different.
Right. That's a fact, Jack. That's a fact, bro.
It's totally different.
That's a fact, dog. And like I said, we don't support STSA, none of that. So because we have daughters ourselves, you know what I mean? We are fathers at the end of the day. Don't let the image fool you. We are fathers.
More than one, too.
Yeah, so we stick by our women 100%. So that's why we touching up on these sensitive topics like that.
Yeah, because I feel like this, and I'm gonna make this point. Look at Gorillas, Glorilla, Sexy Red, like all these girls, all these women in the hip hop culture today, they get bashed a lot for how they rap, the image they pertain, how they sell the music, the image that they give off. But at the end of the day, I would prefer them to give that image off instead of giving us the I'm a weak woman
right
image, because at the end of the day, They understand they living in the industry that they ain't protected in. So you hear it in the music, you see it by the way they carry themselves, because we don't look at them like they vulnerable to everything. And due to
I'm on
what
the
they
show right
won't
now, family. I'm gonna call you as soon as I get off, fool.
due to what they won't do
For
and what
sure.
they will do, what they will and won't do, depends on what kind of ceiling they gonna have.
Right.
So you gonna see the real ratchet ones, the ones that's really ratchet, they'll do anything to be stay successful. Were the ones that come from the ghetto, yeah, they come from the ghetto. That's just part of me. But at the end of the day, I just ain't going for anything. Trust and believe me, it's a big portion of females like that in the game. And that's why they happen to go out there and blow up off of their music and their talents before they go to these labels and get these situations, because these labels gonna give them these ultimatums to make that ain't based off their talent. It's based off the fact they lusting for these women. They
Right.
trying to control these women. It's a little bit different.
Definitely. So, cuz on to the next. Let's talk about how you feel about Jizzle saying that he is independent. He is not Cash Money Rich Gang. How you feel? Was that a bad move or a good move? How you feel, man?
I'm never gonna say it's a bad move, because him and Birdman ain't on bad terms. So
Right, for sure.
that door is always open for him.
Right. I agree. But we already know we living in a generation where young guys are bosses. They are CEOs. So what it looked like a dude like Jizzle, even though music has changed, you feel me? Let's just keep it a band. Music has changed. Jizzle hasn't he's not up to speed with what's going on. But by him being a Southern legend and having doing a lot of paving the way for the South, I feel like it's only right that he stays independent and sign other artists, because you done did your
I
just
don't even at this point, BG been going so long, he gotta worry about BG.
right.
You
He can't
can't
work
take on the responsibility of trying to
right.
put an artist in position right now. You gotta put yourself in position. Because putting money in an artist, like right now, you gotta think, okay, I could give you BG could probably go give a nigga 100,000, 200, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But once you do that, you still have to push them. You still gonna have to put money up on them to get them to a certain status to where it makes you money back. You see what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like BG need that stress and that strain
Yeah.
on him. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
BG at a point where he don't necessarily have to drop new music.
No, not at
He can
all.
just go on a spree where he just doing tours everywhere, just doing all the old
Just
stuff.
like everybody else doing, dog.
So really, he in a position to live off everything he already done,
Right.
versus
I
try to
agree.
go out here and make a hit record right now.
Yeah. Because let's just keep it a band. We know Jizzle is not gonna be able to grasp today's music heads with the type of music that he has, but he got his own fan base already. He been had it. So what's the reason to try to try to keep up with these new guys when you already got a set fan base that's gonna ride out with you regardless? You feel
Exactly. And
me?
that's why you see 10, 12 years later, BG home, and he still sound like the BG that left.
For sure. Now, like you said, cause how we were saying, like how today's music is, we can't expect for the guys we listened to back in the G to try to change the
The
foundation.
narrative. the
Yeah,
narrative of music.
yeah, they can't like they gon' you know what I mean? Like
That kind of is ran by the younger generation. The
for
music, the
sure.
Dirks, the YBs, the
Mhm.
Kodaks, the Younger Aces, the people that's in position and
Right.
that's looked up to in the younger generation of hip hop responsible for changing the narrative.
I agree 100%. So I think shout out to Jizzle for making a smart decision because let's just keep it a band. He feels like he was saying back in the G, like I can make it without Stunner.
Mm-hmm.
I
He
don't need
did.
I don't need Stunner
When
to
he was
be
went through that
successful.
when he went through that Cash Money time where he was like, nigga, I ain't messing with them. He did make it. When he started pushing straight Chopper City,
Yeah, they was working.
nigga, he was making it.
Yeah, he was working. You feel me?
He just kept getting in trouble.
Yeah, that's the only thing that stopped him because
That's it.
when he went to Atlanta, you feel me? Tip pulled some strings for him and it was up once he left that Cox record deal. You feel me? So,
And
oh,
even see, a lot of people don't understand with Koch. Koch was giving niggas before all this streaming and all of that. Koch was really giving artists that had been on major labels real good deals. And granted, it was a smaller label because 50 and Cam had the same conversation. Like, nigga, you just went from being on Def Jam to you on Koch Records. But yeah, Koch Records gonna give me majority of the percentage of what I want versus Def Jam. So where you think, because I'm not on this major label and I went to this minor, you see what I'm saying? That I ain't getting my bread still.
right,
When I go over here, I become like Jordan over here. Just think about it. Cam leave Def Jam, go to somewhere like Koch. He's Jordan over there.
right,
You Jordan over here. They gonna do whatever. Okay, you want 75 when you get 25? It's a deal. Because they know they 25% is for sure. Niggas don't be understanding how these deals be situated sometimes. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure a certain amount of niggas probably had messed up deals with Koch, but a lot of niggas went over there and got real bags with Koch.
true.
I'm talking about like niggas was over there getting real bags with
Even
Koch, like how they getting
Soldier
bags.
Slim was over there.
Yeah, like they was over there getting bags with Koch, like how 300 giving niggas bags today.
Mm-hmm.
Koch was giving niggas bags
If,
and
if
leeway to
I'm
do
not
the same
mistaken,
thing.
if I'm not mistaken, not to get off subject, I think allegedly Jim Jones was over there too.
Yeah, he was. I think he was like a president or something at one
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, this all we got for y'all on this episode of It's Time for That Culture for the Streets, man. Thank y'all for tuning in with the channel. We appreciate with y'all. It's time for that Culture for the Street gang. We need y'all to hit that like button because the trap is open. You did. You feel me?
just like he said, man, it's time for that culture for the streets hosted by Mafia and Paint, man. We out of here.
We gone, dog.